Welcome back, everybody, to another League of Inches podcast, Supercoach edition, the Supercoach Show, the final one of the year. Goodness me, it has been a year. When I say that, it really has been. I feel like we have crawled to this point, but we've made a promise tonight, me and Jesse. We are going to absolutely rip and tear and make sure the finale is one that you will all remember, and you'll be waiting by your podcast or your YouTube apps, waiting for that notification to say League of Inches Supercoach Show 2026 is now dropped, and you can get back into things. So the grand final edition tonight, Jesse, welcome. It's been a week. It's definitely been a week. How's things going for you?
Things are going well. Things are going well. I can get into this morning and how salty I got just while talking off air. Little things here and there.
Yeah, you
Gamble
know what?
responsibly, of course.
Open it up. Open it up. Go for it. Explain to the
Open it
viewers
up.
why you're fucking pissed off.
Oh, look, just I like to throw a couple of little multis on here and there. Just
Couple.
casually, just a couple, responsibly, of course.
Go
And
to the group
this
chat.
morning, yeah, shit. This morning I had there's one game actually. I had on the it was Miami, the Dolphins versus the Jets for the NFL, and I think there was three that I had going. They were like a 10, 11, 12 legs or a few more, and I basically got every single thing, and I missed out on all three by one single leg, and it was on receptions, and going for 4+ receptions, getting three, going for 3+ receptions, getting one, getting two. It's just little things like that. And you just look at it and go, far out. There's so many green ticks, and there's one little red X, and it's just enough to ruin the whole day. But it wasn't big stakes, to be fair. It was just massive odds, so I'll take it. Bit of fun. But outside of that, the week's actually been pretty good, to be fair. The weather's been all right. Kids have been well. Everyone's healthy. It's one of them. Just a decent run, and it's getting hot now. To be fair, it's freaking stinking today. It's like almost 30 degrees, so not a bad day to be out.
It has really warmed up. It's grand final. It's got that grand final feel about it now, the weather. So it's definitely that time of year. You go and have a bit of a swim and when you can and things like that. So go throw your jumpers out, everyone. You don't need them anymore. I'm declaring it. It's all summer now. It's all warm. Get those jumpers you got and just say see you later. Unless you're getting a League of Inches hoodie, go ahead and make sure you continue to buy them, because at midnight when you're out having a couple of drinks by the bonfire, you'll still need one. So go ahead and make sure it's a League of Inches one that you are wearing. Those hoodies are absolutely
They're the best.
comfy as all you know what. It is just the best. Talk to us about Supercoach. Actually, I guess I'll go first because I know that you beat me this week. So I got 736. I had a feeling this week would be a bit of a rougher week for a lot of people out there, a lot more lower scoring. So it seemed to be the case. So 736, which I'm now sitting overall rank wise, was 7,848. So I did make a bit of I went up a little bit. So surprisingly there, my score was actually decent. Is in the top 15% my score. So not the worst of all. So I'll take that. But yeah, just plodding along. I do know that I beat Trav this week, so I'm wrapped with that. I have said all along that I'm having fun with this final series edition, and I don't really give a flying you know what, but just to have that little bit ahead of Trav right now, I'll take that. So obviously he isn't here tonight. He's missing the grand final edition, the finale of Supercoach, and I don't think there's no better way to punish him, Jesse, than both of us just absolutely smacking him across the Supercoach Park this weekend.
Oh, mate, it's a given, really. We all smoked him in finals. He's going to get smoked in the grand final too. It's just one of those bad weeks for Trav. I think he had one earlier this year too, didn't he? Where both of his teams dropped out in the final or something. So,
Yeah.
yeah, look, he must just be used to it by now, surely.
You'd think so. You definitely think so. How about you, mate? How'd you go?
Um, Better than you did, slightly anyway. I ended on 750. So Supercoach finals obviously have this fantastic thing where they give you no idea what you did last week as soon as the round
Yeah.
starts again. So I think I captained Cleary like most people did. It wasn't that great. What he in 50 something points, so it wasn't very good. I VC'd Walsh, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
And I know there was a bit of discussion at the end of the pod last week as well about money where your mouth is kind of stuff, and play the game, play the risky play. And I was actually literally talking about getting Alamotti and captaining him chasing the points from the week prior. That was the right thing to do. Hindsight, it would have been
Did you
great.
do
I
it?
actually didn't do that. No, I didn't.
Oh, you weak
I was
gutted
pretty
dog.
no, because I was pretty vocal about how shit Melbourne are at conceding tries to left centers, and how I've been watching them all year, targeting them specifically for left centers because they just, for whatever reason, I genuinely have to go and find the stats and see what kind of numbers they are turning over tries to them. But I feel like personally, just watching it on my eye test, it happens almost every other game. So I went for Kylero and worked out all right. You got to try right at the death. So it was a pretty respectable score that he ended on too. I think it was 89. So I was happy with that. But then Alamotti was on that in about 20 minutes. So um, what could have been. But yeah, it was pretty good because the alternative was Nico in my flex, and I'm very glad I didn't do that. Opted for Kylero. So yeah, 750. It put me up to overall rank 5,774. Top 11% score this week. So look, I don't know how tight the rest of the pack is. I can't really see much more of it, but I saw a few, 700, 750s getting about. So there was a decent round for it, but then I saw a lot of bad scores too. So um, the gap's probably taken away now. It's probably too far coming into this final game to actually pull anything out of it, considering there's only two teams left.
Honestly, it's a tough week, Supercoach wise. It's a pretty obvious week for Supercoach as well. So we will try and talk to you guys a little bit about things, but to be honest, this could be one of those episodes where it's just us for a little bit, just yarning
Yeah,
away, talking some shit, talking some trash. Hopefully giving you guys a bit of a laugh with mixing a bit of Supercoach into it as well, because once you get to our teams, it's going to be basically the same team, I reckon, from
feel
every
like it.
single person out there in Supercoach this week. So let's talk about the changes. So Melbourne are unchanged. They're exactly the same lineup as last week. For the Broncos, the big in is Paddy Carrigan. He's back in playing lock. And Ben Tulty is out. Unfortunately, the guy that has made way, he will go to the 18th man. So I guess from that point of view, the only one to really talk about changes wise, Jesse, is obviously Paddy Carrigan. And do you have him in your sights from a Supercoach point of view this week?
I do. Yeah, it's him or another party in my flex currently that I'm tossing up between. So, um, he's a huge addition to the Broncos as well. Like they were fantastic last week, and then it came to you getting Paddy Carrigan back. Like that's a freaking hell of an addition. So yeah, I think they're going to be in good spirits getting him back in their side. It's a tricky one. Obviously, we've only got the positions, one of each. So I do have Carrigan currently in my side, subject to change to someone else. I'm pretty keen on changing him, but it's not because I don't back Carrigan at all. I think he's going to do something huge as well. But yeah, I guess it's kind of just hard to fit, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's a funny one. Yeah, as I said, it does seem pretty obvious, but there is that one or two little changes in the team
Mm.
that will be a massive differentiating point for a lot of teams out there. So,
Yeah.
um, from a, I guess what we should really just start talking about is, I guess, our teams and how we're looking. So,
Yeah. Well, do you want to
uh,
sort of like even just going through the team list? I guess we can kind of just look at like it's two teams. You know what I mean? Like you've got
matchup.
what
You want to do a matchup,
matchup,
position
matchup
matchup?
to matchup. That's it. Player to player.
Let's do it.
100%. Well, we'll start off with the fullbacks, hey?
Are we
Number
going
one.
from a super coach point of view? Who will think will score more? We'll go from that because it's a super
Yeah.
coach show.
Oh, of
Let's do
course.
that.
What else
All
are we
right.
gonna do?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Pap to Walsh, I think is a no-brainer. Walsh every day of the week.
It is, but I tell you what, Pappy actually had a few moments last week,
Yeah, and he scored
and if
nothing. Still with a
yeah,
try. That's the problem with Pap.
yeah,
Honestly, this
Walsh,
season,
yeah,
I watch Pap and I'm like, God, he's good. He gets him, he gets work and here and there, but at the end of the day, he scores nothing. It's just it
yeah,
doesn't
go
translate at
Walsh.
all.
I'll
I'm
lock in
going
Walsh.
Walsh, 100%. Karapani to Warbrick.
Warbrick was good last week.
Mm,
I reckon I'd go Warbrick.
yeah, I would too. To be fair, I
Yeah,
think you just get a bit more done. Karapani's a great finisher, but Warbrick's you got a bit of class about him. Howarth and Stags, it's a bit pretty simple, isn't it?
Stags,
Stags comfortably. Meany and Shibasaki.
Shiba.
See, tricky one. Meany's got the upside of goal kicking too, though. But then, how much does
Shiba.
that really make a difference in a game with so many tries? Left center versus the Storm.
Shiba,
It's,
Shiba,
written in the
Shiba.
stars. Yeah, Sheba. Coates and Mariner.
Coates.
Yeah, surely.
Has to be
Munster
the
and
week
Hunt.
that they finally start just doing an air raid for Coates. Has to be.
Well, surely. Like, he's up against Karapani, opposite side. He's got a lot more height on Karapani. Like,
Has to
it's
be it.
pretty clear. He's got height on every other winger, to be fair, in the comp, and they still don't do it. So, the halves, Munster to Ben Hunt, redemption arc.
Munster.
Yeah, I think Munster obviously as well, but I think it's one of those things where if the Storm pull out the win, surely he's the Clive Churchill,
Yeah.
and this is just the
100%.
Munster year. Like, this just signs off a perfect year for Cameron Munster. With everything that's gone on for him.
I
I can
agree.
see it written up. Hughes to Reynolds. It's a big one.
Hughes.
Yeah, sure. Stefano to Jensen.
The other thing quickly with that one, there's no
Yep.
guarantee Reynolds will kick either, like from the start. So he obviously
Yeah.
took the clutch one at the end there, but
Do you reckon that was just because it was a
yeah,
clutch
didn't
moment?
take the ones though. Yeah, I'm just
They just didn't.
Hughes for one.
Yeah. I'm sure you've spoken about that kick, but you reckon they just didn't back Walsh to take that kick, or something happened to him?
Apparently it was sort of like a mutual thing between both of them. I think Walsh was a bit down on confidence with the one he missed before that, which was pretty much in front for his
Yeah.
standards. And then I think Reynolds basically just had that look and said, "I've got this from here, young
Yeah.
lad. Let the boss take over," type thing. And
Yeah.
he did, and it's up there. Like it really is
Huge.
right up there, in my opinion, as one of the all time conversions. I think because when you put into it, not just the conversion as such, but also what it meant. It ended the greatest win streak we've ever seen.
Mm.
The best probably club that we've ever seen. It was in front of a packed house, and it's got them to a grand final. Like that stage, that's massive. I think it's right up there in my opinion, right up there.
Mm. Like, there's been harder kicks taken, like it wasn't on the sideline,
Yeah.
but I think the moment was huge. The moment was
Yeah, it
massive.
wasn't far off the sideline. I think it was only like 3 or 4
Probably a
meters in as
meter or
well,
so.
so
Yeah. Wasn't
yeah.
much off it, but yeah, that the pressure to take that, bloody hell, at that
And as
time
soon as he
too.
hit it, it was straight over. It was just a dart. It just was
Yeah.
never missing.
Nothing, just a straight line. Yeah. Yeah, Stefano and Corey Jensen.
Stefano,
Stefano's been
been
solid, man.
massive.
Been real good. Yeah.
He
Grant
needs to back
Pate.
it up as well. He needs to back it up after what he said in the media yesterday. So that
What
came
did he
from
say?
left field, and he basically was bagging out the Broncos, saying they're a bit up themselves and things like that, and he can't wait to run it straight at a few people that he's a bit offside with. So, I mean, I love it, but from a bloke that really hasn't achieved much so far in his career,
Not
failed at
really.
any big moment he's been a part of, apart from last week, which is the coming of age of him, to be fair. Big talk from a guy who could have done that in Origin, things like that. Didn't, failed. So yeah, I'm curious to see how he backs this up.
He's just lighting a fire, man. In his own belly too. I
Bring it.
reckon it's probably just putting himself out there to have that dog.
I don't think Bellamy would like it though, because what he's done now is made sure, which you
He's a
don't need to.
target.
I reckon it would have been fight up at all, but you've just made sure Payne, Haas, and Carrigan are going to come out from the opening whistle to fuck shit up.
They're gonna belt him. They're gonna belt him
I said,
intentionally.
like,
Yeah.
they literally gonna be going, "You want to disrespect us? Let's go. Let's dance."
Yeah. Yeah. You're playing with the big boys.
Yeah.
Shocking. Look, this is a pretty simple one. Grant Pakes.
Pakes.
Yeah. No brainer. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Moving on. King and Haas. Josh King, Payne Haas. Another one.
Payne Haas. I can't even
Far out.
go
Not even
that
going to go
way.
through it. Blore and
He's
Piakora. Pretty even, I would say, to be fair.
Blore.
Blore
I just
missed
feel
last.
like
Yeah.
he'll be with Munster, and Munster will do some stuff on the weekend. It's a big game. Munster once again. He was good on the weekend. I just
Yeah.
feel like he'll have a bit more confidence in Blore, and Blore will have a bit more confidence after coming back last week.
Mm. Yeah, that's fair. I just feel like, he plays outside of Munster. He's played outside of Munster all year and even last year, and I don't know. Seems like he's just missing something.
Yeah.
Katoa and Ricky. Ellie Katoa. Far out, Melbourne got some quality. And Loguero and Carrigan, clear Carrigan, I'd say too. It's pretty, there's really no grey, is there? It's very black and white.
Yeah.
One side's got the better and one side just doesn't. It's quite even though, if you go through who's got who, but yeah, I think it's gonna be a good grand final, man. Honestly, I think it's gonna be sick. Keen to watch it.
Yeah, it should
We'll
be.
watch
I
it.
mean, you're not on our show tomorrow night, so just quickly give us yours before we get into our own teams. Your NRL expertise, which everyone underrates. It's your NRL mind and the amount of games you watch per year. Like everyone, what he says right now, make sure you write down and keep. And yeah, who do you think is going to win this?
I reckon the Broncos do. Logically, I would say Storm. I have a feeling the Broncos are going to win. And I thought even last week going into that game against the Panthers too, I thought either one of these two teams, whoever wins this round, this matchup, is going to win the grand final.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had that same tingle in my nads.
Yeah, like the Sharks, credit to them, they did really well to get where they were. They just, fell off in that game.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for them, that is what it is. And then you got Melbourne. It's like, yeah, look, they still got the win, but then that's the same thing that we've seen with Melbourne. They're just getting it done. They're getting it done. They're getting these wins. They look good doing them sometimes, patches, but Broncos have just been class, man, for at the right time, I would say. It could very well be just an absolute drubbing by Melbourne, to be fair, but the platform's set for a lot of them, to be fair. Like both teams. You got Munster and the story for him this season. You've got the redemption for Hunt. You've got Reynolds. You've got Walsh on that side of things too. So there's a lot of players going out there for a lot. And then if Penrith are in the same boat, they're going for a fifth. So like there's a lot of storylines to play out. But I just don't know. I think the Broncos might want it more.
I can't disagree with you at all. I cannot disagree. Let's do our team.
Yep.
Let's go position by position as well. So let's start with hooker. I think it's very straightforward, this one. After what we said a bit earlier, it is Harry Grant.
Yep. That's you can't choose anyone else really, is there? There's no other hookers for you're not gonna choose Pakes over Grant. It's silly.
No, you're not. Front row, Payne Haas.
Payne Haas. Pretty standard too. Gonna be nothing different. Second row.
Is there a world with Payne Haas where you think he just played 80 minutes? They got a shorter turnaround than the Storm. Granted, it is still 7 days, but it's just one of those weird weeks where they just hardly go on the field as well, which could be a good thing backing up on a shorter turnaround. Is there is there any chance that you can fathom choosing someone else in the front row position this week that maybe Haas only gets the 50, 55 minute sort of stint or something?
No. Simply.
Thank you.
There is no world where Payne Haas is getting 50 minutes in a grand final against Melbourne. No, it's not going to happen. If he needs to play 80, he's going to play 80. You know what I mean? It's one of those. He'll play 67. That's what I'm going to call liberally 68 minutes this week. And then I reckon he'll want to play the other. He'll want to play the rest. So yeah, no, it's Haas or no one.
Good luck getting him off the field. Second row forward, 2RF, as we like to say in the Supercoach world. I don't know why I just said that before.
Second row forward.
Eli Katoa.
Eli Katoa for me. Yeah, Eli Katoa always for me. So
I reckon he scores a try. He scores a try this week.
Well, who are the alternatives? Blore, Ricky, and Piakura. And then your locks. So you're not choosing Loguero. Carrigan? I wouldn't choose Carrigan. Oh, that's a hard one, actually, considering.
Depending on what you do down the track, which we'll talk about a little bit more. Coming back fresh, he'll be playing in the 80 minutes for sure, Carrigan. There's actually a little bit there because obviously we've seen from the week just gone, the scores aren't what we're probably anticipating him if it was a regular season game. Like it should be pretty, like it's not a daytime grand final either, so it should be a bit more dewy and things like that, which should bring the game a bit closer together. So getting in someone like Carrigan might not be a bad play. Like that might be a position where you might be able to get away with going against the obvious, which we're trying to, I guess, help people out to do.
I think he's going to be pretty popular in teams regardless because of the options we've got. But again, like look at our second row and front row. We just said the same thing. Haas and Katoa. Unless you're putting Carrigan in your flex, which may not be in most people's mindset, where are you going to fit him? Unless you're going against someone like Katoa. And like I love Katoa. I think he's freaking insane. He's averaging 84 for the final series off of 58. And that was what without a try. So just really base sort of numbers. I would expect Carrigan to be hitting 65 in base off about a point a minute as well. So if he does play more, you would expect more. I reckon Carrigan gets 70, just
Yeah.
in sort of numbers.
Yeah.
And then like if you're sitting him in your flex with a 70, I'd be pretty happy with that, to be fair. But we don't have many other options. Like you're going for a winger or a center or something from one of the sides. Like if you're putting like Coates or something in your flex, or a Shibasaki or a Stags or one of these dudes in that position, it's like, well, realistically, to get a 70 or an 80 that Carrigan could probably get just being a weapon, you're going to need a try or two for these kind of guys. I don't think Melbourne's going to want to, they might let tries in here and there, but I don't know if they're going to concede major points, super coach numbers against them, and probably just finishing off efforts, that kind of stuff. So the 80s and the 90s might be hard to come by, but same thing goes for the Broncos too. Like either way it could happen, but that safety net in that, in a grand final, which who knows how it could go scoring wise, it could be relatively low scoring. I don't see it happening. They're both attacking teams. Um, that 70, 80 point flex safety net from Carrigan could be fantastic. Could be what you need. So I like it. I really
Yeah.
like the Carrigan play. It's just I don't know if I'll put him in
Yeah.
my forwards.
Yeah, I'm starting to really warm up towards Carrigan as well. I'm going to put halfback 5'8" together. I think it's very, very straightforward here. I'm going the Storm pairing of Hughes and Munster.
Yep, same here. I just can't get on board with Hunt, obviously, with Munster as a 5'8", and then between Hughes and Reynolds, you can't back Reynolds kicking. If he had the goal kicking potentially, then because Hughes won't have it regardless. But there's too much class about him. He's a freaking Dally M. Like it's Hughes, pretty clear.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
for sure. This is where it gets a little bit more interesting. There is actually a fair few very playable options in this game when it comes to the wing center position, or CTW for us Supercoach players out there. I've got Shibasaki. I've gone that left edge stat that
You
you
have?
talked about. I'm really riding Shiba.
Yeah. I've actually gone Stags for my center.
I like it.
Yeah,
I don't think you can go wrong
honestly,
either way. I feel like it's
genuinely. Yeah. You're splitting hairs, honestly. I love the left center matchup against Melbourne, and I've been very vocal for it. I think they concede a lot. Between Meaney and Warbrick, they concede a lot. And that combination's changed a lot this year too. So that's probably why they have conceded a lot to that position. But um, not to say that he's not the other guy I'm tossing up in my flex as well. I'm very, very tempted. If it's not Carrigan, which I'm currently got in that position, we'll get to that, is Shibasaki, and I'll have both Broncos centers in my team comfortably.
one player I'm trying to fit in. I originally picked this guy in my center wing, but I couldn't because I've maxed out my Storm, which has made me think more about putting Carrigan at 2RF, to be fair with you. Is Coates, because what we just spoke about earlier, I actually feel like he's going to be an aerial threat this game. They've saved it for, I feel like, this moment. It would not surprise me if he's up there scoring 2 tries or something in this game, and he's having one of those moments on the grandest stage of them all. So Coates as well for me is very much on my radar. It just means I've got to make a big call on one of these other big 4 Storm Supercoach guns, which I feel like from our discussion might be an easier one to decide than I originally thought it was going to be. But yeah, Coates is definitely on my radar. I'm not dismissing him.
Yeah, I like it, man. I really do. I think against Karapani, he can do a lot of work, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him get a try or two. Just Coates doing Coates things, and they'll be extravagant, like they'll be grand final stage kind of tries too, and it's going to put him like right up there. But there is a very, very clear chance in a world where you go for Carrigan and Coates, and they outscore Katoa and Shibasaki, for example.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I see it happening. Very, very
Yeah,
clear. So
I reckon I'll be changing some things here after this show.
goes pods
Fullback,
too, though.
yeah,
You
you
mix it up a
reckon
lot. Coates and Carrigan are going to be major pods compared to Katoa and
Oh yeah,
Shibasaki or
true.
Stags. 100%.
Fuck it, I'm going it. I'm going it.
That's major. Yeah.
It's what I'm here to
Very.
do. Play the game. Play a bit of fun. Let's just
It's the
risk
last
it for the
round.
biscuit.
May as well. What are you going to lose?
Fullback,
Fullback.
Reece Walsh. Thank you.
Reece Walsh. Yeah. I just can't get on board with Pappy right now. Not good
To
enough.
produce an 89 against the Penrith Panthers
Mm.
says to me, and I felt like that was most of that was in the second half.
Late, very late. Yeah.
Suggests to me that I'm just going to stop doubting the bloke. Like he's just on at the moment, and it's just him doing it. So I'm
Yep.
just going all in, and I'll be putting spoiler alert, guys. Cover your ears for a second. Either the C or VC on Reece Walsh as well.
Yeah, I've got Walsh with a captain on him as well. What happens to the narrative of Walsh next season, just for the regular year, where he's got a shit ton of work to do to get his 100 points or his 80, 90
No one's
points?
touching him. He's $1 million.
Well, he's $1 million to end this season. What was he averaging at the end of last year? 80?
But doesn't that mean he's automatically $1 million next year?
Pretty much, I just call it a point per 100. So he'll be if he's averaging 80, he'll be roughly 800k. You know what I mean? Like averaging
Oh,
70, 700k, etc. Within a ballpark. The magic number's usually around 10,000 and 300 or something. But, and it varies. So
ooh.
it only goes off what they averaged, not what their current price ended at. As long as they
I
played,
think
I think, 7 games.
it'll be very, first of all, price dependent. I reckon if he's around the 800 mark, that's still very tempting for what he's just finished this year with. But it's also going to be very draw dependent, I feel like, for him to start next year, just in terms of, let's say they win the comp this year. They're going to be riding high. Secondly, I'm very worried about what they do in this off season. They've got some,
Mm,
let's say, characters in this side that don't have the best record lately. If they can go off in the preseason with a big head with the Premier's tag, if I'm Magi, I am that stressed out just from this next 2 to 3 months. I'm almost turning my phone off saying, I don't want to know a single thing that happens. So I'm just going to be oblivious to it all and just go back on November 1 and just be like, yeah, let's just keep going type thing. Nothing has happened. Don't talk to me about anything. And just think they're all goody two shoes. But
yeah.
it could be if they do win the comp, I think it will take the Broncos a while next year to get going again. So I won't be touching Walsh. But yeah, there's
So here's the
something about him now. He's definitely broken the curse of
yeah.
being that guy that we avoid.
I think so. I think he's just sort of something's clicked for him, and he's doubled his output, which was already solid enough. But yeah, now he's just gotten bloody good. So just a very short list, and we'll get back to the positions. These are 10 players that will be over 800k next year. There's 10, and we've pretty much had all of them. So starting at the bottom, Dylan Edwards will be over 800k next season. Scott
No thanks.
Drinkwater, Terrell May, Herbie Farnworth, Nathan Cleary, number 5, Reece Walsh, average 85, so he'll be, probably 860, 70k. Payne Haas, average 87. Trey Fuller, don't know what happens with him. He averaged 88, but off 4 games, so he probably drops to about 600 odd. James Tedesco, number 1. He'll be nearly 900k to start, maybe more. That's a lot.
Seriously,
That's a lot of
there's
quality.
honestly like 4 or 5 there that I'd almost want to make sure I go out of my way to start the year with. Like I think what they did
Yeah.
this year, you've basically got to start both front rowers. Like you just can't even risk that. I just think that you just set and forget them again.
Well, it was easy
Oh,
enough when Terrell May was cheaper and Haas was too. Now both of these dudes averaged over 80. It's like, well, you're not going set and forget spending 1.7 mil on 2 props.
why not?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
That's what I mean. They
If
literally
they're
they've
gonna
just
bang out,
destroyed
yeah,
the competition. Unless
you're
Fanua
better off.
Blake comes back and starts having one of those years again, but I just think I'm going to start with him. It's going to be one of those things, and same with Cleary. Like, okay, it's Cleary even at 800. I feel like next year, he already mentioned it on the weekend. Just the point to prove already. Like his mind frame's already saying not happy with what's happened this year. They will be back better than ever, in my opinion, next year. They actually have a proper preseason minus the quick Australian tour that a few of their players will have, and then the Pacific championships as well. But it's their first real off season without any major player
Mm,
either leaving or coming back in to the side. So they're very much similar. And I don't think they'll be starting anywhere near as slow as they did this year. So I'll
yeah.
be definitely having Cleary as well. Like there's, as I said, there's 4 or maybe 5 players I reckon I'll definitely be starting with. Fingers crossed. And this is obviously stuff we'll get into at some point at the end of the year or something. But hopefully there's some cashies that start to generate themselves because they're going to be needed by the look at those
Oh,
prices.
100%. And that's the problem is like, you do it every year. And this is going to be a mad pod that we'll get into early days too. Like we'll do a team picker pod and all the ones that we do throughout the preseason. But where are the cashies? Like who are the rookies?
No one knows yet.
I feel like this happens every single year. You come through and you go, there aren't any left. There are no Kyle Eros left. There are no Khan Pereiras from years ago left. Like, and then they appear. They just manifest out of nowhere. So, yeah,
Sharks
fingers
might have a
crossed, man.
fullback. Apparently, Kennedy's not getting re-signed at this stage, so we might be seeing that
Dykes?
Ison or something like
Oh,
that.
that's
So he
right.
might be coming
Yeah,
through. So we'll see. What about before? Let's go flex. At the
flex.
moment, I've got Stags. I've gone your man in my
Mm,
flex, but a few
yep.
things are going to be changing off this podcast. I'm telling everyone now that I'll be finding a way to get Coates into my side.
I've got Carrigan, like I said earlier. Subject to change to Shibasaki, and then have both Stags and Shibasaki.
That was Carrigan.
Carrigan in my flex. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. So that's where he's sitting. I don't know what I'll do with him yet. I'm pretty keen. He was when I built that team out. I think I did it on Monday when the list reset and it opened back up, and I just went pop pop pop. Did the whole team. It's exactly as it was when I did it the first time. And I thought, geez, this was easy. This was so easy that it's going to be basically what everyone's done in some
yeah.
sense of the word, anyway. So yeah, I
Think
think
outside the box, brah.
I know it wasn't very creative of me, but I think, just discussing it with you then and what you'd be looking at doing if you dropped Katoa out and put Carrigan there, dropped one of those Broncos guys out, put in Coates, that kind of move isn't going to be very popular. I would think, just
It
going
is
off the
for me. I've
Supercoach
done it.
brain. Love it. It's very good. Got to do something.
Thank you.
Captaincy is going to make the difference, though. I'm currently sitting on a Captain Walsh VC Haas.
I've gone the opposite. I've gone VC Walsh, C Haas. In a grand final, after what he did on the weekend, I just think Haas could go again and
Mm.
be an absolute favorite and lock in for that man of the match award. But yeah, I just think, Haas in a grand final, I'm happy to go the more, I guess, safer option in a way and go the guy that's almost going to guarantee me at least 80 points, triple that, and hopefully set me up for a decent score to finish the year.
Mm. Yeah, no, that's fair. I've actually got in my multi for the final Haas for the Clive Churchill.
Love it. Did you
Yeah.
get on him early?
Yes, that bet alone. So Broncos to win. I got Walsh and Shibasaki to score a try, and Haas for the Clive Churchill. That was paying $45.
Love it.
Yeah,
Absolutely
huge.
love it. It's a special. What do you reckon? Just quickly, he's not here, but Trav's team, I'm going to make a prediction now. I reckon if he's a true Storm supporter in grand final time, he's going Stefano over Payne Haas. He has to back up his man's quotes to the media. He has to go all in the dog fight and pick his man in the front row. So please, you're going to make sure you do that. I reckon he has to also go Pappy at fullback and just take over and take
Captain him.
Reece Walsh on head on and just go, mate, I'm backing my boys. If you're not backing your boys in the grand final, are you really a true Storm fan?
No, are they really your boys?
No, they're not. They're not your boys.
No, they're not. They're just guys that you like to wear their shirts. You know?
And he doesn't wear the shirts. He just
No,
has it on his couch. I don't see him wear it.
ridiculous. Or the hat.
Can I ask you a question? Have you ever seen him in a Storm jersey?
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I did at Magic Round, and he bought it there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he did. That's right. Yeah, so he had to buy it on the day. He didn't even come in with a Storm jersey on. Shout out to you, Trav, though. It's your boys. Your boys.
Good job, Trav. Love you. I do want to see the team that
Um,
Trav's got to put together, though, because I think it'll be,
yes.
you know what, probably the same. Or maybe one or two guys different. He's gone the same.
Well, he's now behind both of us. And if he does care about this finals, which I personally don't, I mean, I said it from the start, I'm in it for the fun. So I'm going to try and go a bit more rogue options. He has to take some gambles here. He can't be going in with the lucky or the set sort of picks that we've just spoken about. So he wants to make some rises and catch, first of all, me and then you. He has to make some calls.
Oh, definitely. I just think Coach is a great play for that number because I
think
think
he'll go
all
Meanie.
attention.
I have a feeling he's going to go Meanie.
Meanie. Yeah. Well, if Pap goes
You
down
mentioned
for
the goal
whatever
kicking.
reason. The goal kicking's good, but like it only accounts for what 6 to 10 points.
Yeah, it's his boy though. He'll go his boy.
Is Meanie his boy? To be fair, we
I
both
can't
had
keep
Meanie in
up.
the first game week. In the first round of the finals, I had Meanie in my centers. Wasn't a
True.
great play. Wasn't a great play.
Um,
Either
is
way,
that it?
that's it, man. We're
That
spinning at
is
the
it.
moment. We're going
What
in
a
circles.
what a weird episode. Hopefully, everyone, if you've stayed with us the whole episode, let us know in the comments, please.
Oh
Podcast
shit.
or YouTube, sign off for us and just let us know that you've been with us from the start of Supercoach, from the right at the start of the year with those 2 to 3 hour long episodes that we're famous for now, which gets the ratings galore. We love you all. Those big team review previews that we do, it seems to just be a massive hit. So no doubt they'll be back. We'll be starting again early next, probably the end of this year, because that's when Team Picker comes out and we'll always have our say. So there'll be plenty happening. So keep following the page and keep subscribing, things like that on the YouTube. We'll do a few more purely NRL based stuff as well over throughout. We've got the internationals coming as well. So that's things to be excited about. But from a Supercoach point of view, that is it for 2025 season. So it has been a hell of a ride. It has been a massive season when it comes to Supercoach. I feel like we all had fairly similar strategies when it came to how we played this year. We were very aggressive, which I reckon would have made for some pretty quality content throughout the year until it got to about 5 weeks left where no one had trades left. So
That's
that
the
wouldn't have
problem.
been that fun.
Yeah.
But we all went out with a bang. And I think our private chats, our legends groups, what we've done there and help people out. Trav says it almost every week. We do literally have many of you message every week, both either to the page or to Jesse personally, to Trav personally, things like that. Obviously not to me, because you don't need to know what I'm doing unless it's the start of the year where I started hard. We're very happy to help you all out, and we hope we've helped you guys reach hopefully a PB rank wise. I hope you've enjoyed the last 27 odd weeks of the podcast, and it's helped you in just some way. That's what we're here to do. And thank you very much to, first of all, obviously Trav, who isn't here. We do take the piss out of him, but thank you very much, Trav, for everything you do. You are the big numbers guys behind everything. Even with Supercoach, you do so much for it behind the scenes, which I don't think anyone would realize. So we very much are very thankful for Trav's work there. A lot of the posts and things like that are all pretty much Trav and what he's trying to organize. Thanks to Tanya behind the scenes. She gets all the graphics and that organized for all you boys for Supercoach. So a massive shout out to Tanya as well. And then obviously to Jesse, the longest serving big dog of League of Inches now, and Supercoach purely once again back to his home he went to this year, which I think he was very comfortable with and he appreciated. But he again ruled the little dog house that we have here and took control late on, and very well done there. But it's been a very good year from yourself as well, Jesse, and very much appreciative and thankful for your contributions to both the page and just what you do as well.
No, of course, Ben. I love it. I do it because I love it. You know that. What have been going on? 3 years now. Been a ride,
Jeez,
hasn't
it
it?
has been, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Wow, we.
Crazy. Goes quick. But no, thanks, Ben. No, kind words, and same goes for you. Can't say enough. The amount of work that you put into this freaking group and page, and the content, and the people, and the chats, and it's just constant. It's a constant thing. It's 24 hours. It's around the clock. It never really seems to end. The season ends, and then back into business and preseason, and then season kicks off, and we do it all again. So do it for the love of the game. You know what I mean?
We literally do it out of love. I'll guarantee everyone that right now. And finally, massive thank you before I go to our sponsors of the podcast. So the Caxton Street Brewing Company that helps make this all possible, helps us with equipment and things like that. Got a couple of really exciting end of season podcasts and some pub talk to produce and to film from that location over the next few weeks and months. So that'll be out to you guys shortly. So that's very much looking forward to. And shout out to Con and the team at Freedom Finance Group. Just remember, for all your finance needs, please make sure you reach out to Con and his team. We'll have links on the show notes for him once again. Let him know that League of Inches sent you. He will definitely look after you. And it's the best time to do it at the moment. There's plenty going on in the financial world, stuff that is way too over my head. I'm not smart enough for any of that. But I know for a fact that there's been a fair few of you reach out to Con from this podcast. So appreciate you supporting the page. And it also means that these sponsors will be happy to come back and things like that. So the more you get to those guys and help their business, the more they'll help us and make us bigger, better for you guys as well. So thank you all very, very much for an incredible year. We really appreciate all the minutes and hours you've put to listening to us, watching us, especially our ugly mugs on a weekly basis. So a lot of the time we're not looking our best after a big day of work, coming on at 9 o'clock to do a potty. But and then, yeah, just everything, the likes, the comments, the subscribes, everything out there, very much appreciate it. We'll see you again Supercoach wise, like I said, probably in 2026. But yeah, goodbye for now and good luck this weekend to both grand final sides and good luck to you with your Supercoach grand final sides. Goodbye.